Hope you're having a great day and happy you're here. Welcome to today's webinar, all about the booth lottery. If you haven't, please remember to mute your microphones. You're more than welcome to come off mute and ask questions if you would like. Okay, today we're going to cover some of our upcoming informational webinar dates. We're going to talk all about the booth lottery. We're also going to discuss some exciting opportunities that you will have at ILTACON and some important reminders. I'd like to introduce everyone to our business partner team who's on this call with us today. We have Tyler Howes, Ashley Kowitz, Sharon Stewart, myself, Courtney Oliver, and our newest team member who we're so excited to introduce you to, Jan Spetz. We also have our events experience team on this call, who's made up of Dawn Hudgens, Jessica Likens, Tyler Minton, and Melissa Camiso. I'm going to turn it over to Sharon now, who's going to go over all the upcoming webinar dates with you guys.
Thanks, Courtney. Hi, everyone. So glad you could join us today. Just to go over some of the dates for the upcoming webinar. The big day is next Thursday, April 2nd, when we do the booth lottery for the selection order. And then after that, you'll notice that the webinar dates we have coming up, all about the housing, all about hosting events, Startup Hub, and ILTACON What to Expect. They're all done in chronological order to kind of keep you on track and let you know maybe where you should be, what you should be working on, what you and your team need to know. Always, if you can't attend them live, we put the recordings up there so you can always find them, like Courtney said, on the informational page. One thing I do want to mention, the Startup Hub webinar was new last year. We're doing it again this year on June 10th. And it's not just for startups. There's a lot of great information. I believe last year we had a few business partners join it. So if you're looking to get more information, please don't hesitate, register, sign up, and join us on the Startup Hub webinar. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ashley.
Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for joining us today as we offer an overview of the booth lottery process along with the subsequent booth selection and sponsorship selection calls. Here we are on March 25th. The next date we have coming up is April 2nd. On April 2nd, we will host a live event that will determine the selection order for all of our business partners to select their booth location on the exhibit hall floor, along with any additional sponsorship opportunities found in the ILTACON prospectus. And then beginning April 6th and all the way through the 27th, we will be hosting our booth selection calls. Next slide, please. So to make it sort of equitable, what we have done is we've sort of offered an enhancement to how we are rolling out the lottery selection. So in 2023, we added categories within our sponsorship tiers. There are now 4 categories within each sponsorship tier. And the goal was to acknowledge longevity of being a business partner and to thank some of our partners and everything while still maintaining an equitable approach. Next slide, please. So what we use to determine these categories is we used internal data from 2016 onward. So what this was is that we recognize those that have been supporting ILTA for a long time. The 10-year is made up of those partners that have been partners with us at the ILTA 365 level sponsorship or higher. So when we're using internal data from 2016 onward, the maximum number of years you could possibly have been a sponsor is 11. And as noted, you do not have to have those consecutive years. We do realize some people stepped away for a couple of years. So that's why we went back to 2016. So next slide, please. So this acknowledges the category level. So category 1 is if you've been a business partner for 6+ years, maximum level number of years would be 11. Category 2 is 4 to 5 years. Category 3 is 2 to 3 years. And category 4 is 1 year. So these are the new sponsors for this year. Just note that when we are considering how many years you have been a sponsor, we are also including this current year of 2026. Um, Please note that while we were also reviewing the categories for everyone, we did take into consideration any acquisitions that may have taken place. And also, prior to us hosting the booth lottery next Thursday, we will send you details about which category your company falls into. So here's how the selection order will be determined. We will use a randomizer website on April 2nd. We will load each sponsorship level into their own randomization, beginning with our Ultimax, followed by our Titanium, Platinum, Gold, Silver, and then our Step Up. Once we do the randomization for each level, we will pause so you can take a screenshot, everything like that. So you have that just for clarity. And then once all of that has concluded, our team, Tyler, Sharon, Courtney, Jane, and I will input your tier level into your sponsorship level. This will be done offline, and then we will factor in your booth lottery number. So we will go ahead and send up a follow-up email to you that outlines a complete selection order and where your company fell into play for the selection order. And we will have those results emailed to you by April 6th. Next slide, please. So as mentioned, we will begin our booth lottery calls on the 6th, and we will send an invite out based upon your selection order number. Please note that we have over 160 eligible business partners participating in the booth lottery. We do our best to acknowledge everyone's various time zones for everyone. Our team itself is made up of 3 different time zones. We know that we have those in Europe as well as in Australia. So we do our best to acknowledge that. And just please note that due to the number of partners that we have participating in the booth lottery, we don't have flexibility to move calls around. So if you're not able to join the call, hopefully someone else on your team is able to step in. We will allot approximately 20 minutes for each call. So we will have, Jessica will go over it in a moment, but we will have the exhibit hall floor plan live. So you're able to view it as booths are being taken. So you can see who you might want to be near, who you might want to be away from, all of that. And then just having a few options in mind should your first 3 options be taken or some stakeholder isn't able to join you on the call. And additionally, for any of the sponsorship opportunities that we have as well, I would make a selection, have a few opportunities there for you as well. For backups, just in case the sponsorship opportunity or the demo room isn't available by the time of your selection call. And then following your selection call, we will go ahead and send a recap just to confirm everything as far as your booth and any additional sponsorship opportunities that you wish to purchase. And then I will turn this over to Jessica.
Thank you, Ashley. Hi, everyone. So excited that we are getting started with these calls already. ILTACON 2026, we're making some changes that we're excited about. So I want to touch first on the changes to the show floor. So this is our current draft for the exhibit hall, and we're excited to share it with you. And I want to point out a couple of key differences. So, starting at the entrance, this year we will not close any of these doors. They will all be open. So, that's going to dramatically increase that first initial impact, the opportunities for that. We will still have security, and that will be bottlenecked in the foyer space, kind of near the stairs, if you remember Opryland. But once they get through security and they're all clear to join the exhibit hall, they will be able to walk through any of those doors. Over to the left, you're going to see a few stages in the exhibit hall. This will be for our startup hubs. We're so excited to be able to showcase their pitches again. But we have additional stages for company updates and master classes. So we listened, we're adjusting, we're making sure that we're providing more opportunities for those. I think we're around 44 slots at the moment. Keep in mind that for noise reduction, these stages will have headphones, so the audio feed will be patched directly into them. In the middle, you'll see these two red lounges. Historically, ILTA has done a little bit of lounge furniture in the exhibit halls, but we really want to turn this over to each of you and give you the opportunity to increase your footprint on the exhibit show floor, and also brand it out and make it really fun. So these are great opportunities for you to attract people to these spaces. Some additional areas that we're implementing to help drive traffic and also increase your opportunity for footprint. Down in the right-hand corner, we will have a headshot lounge. This will be separate from the booth, and we will have full hair and makeup helping attendees look their best and maybe even feel their best for their headshot. Over on the left here, we have this green blob, green area, I should say. We have some F1 Formula race cars that are going to be coming in, the simulators. So a really fun opportunity for people to race, just something to do. And again, you can have that area outfitted and staffed with more of your representatives. In the back, we have a very large space where we are having a golf simulator. So, same thing. This is a nice large space, opportunity for lounge furniture, outfitting with your branding, and then additional staff supporting that too. We will have the podcast booths back again this year. Instead of doing one, we are doing two. That will be central along with some lounge furniture provided by ILTA. We have kind of opened up our startup hub. We want this to be really facing main traffic areas for our startups. And we'll have little food and beverage and seating areas in between these. And then you can see our food and beverage lounge areas scattered throughout. These are designed to pull traffic to the far corners of the exhibit hall. We are moving away from a more traditional lunch buffet and moving into some grab and go items. Hey, maybe a taco station, maybe a bao bun station. Who knows? We're still developing those menus, but much more grab and go for attendees, encouraging them to keep walking and not to sit and park during lunch hours. We want them to be engaged with you. We will have plenty of seating available in the hall adjacent to our main exhibit hall, but we're hoping this will just encourage some additional traffic. Tyler, anything you want to mention on our show floor?
Thanks, Jessica. Just a few things. I did want to go back to the company updates and the master classes. Last year, those were quite popular. As you mentioned, what we've done is we've expanded the number of, or I should say, company update and masterclass sessions that we can handle. Last year, we had a little over 30. This year, we can accommodate up to 44 of those types of sessions or any combination thereof. So I wanted to highlight that. I also, going back to the lottery, I also posted, I'm sure you probably have this already, but the prospectus and the branding guide. I would encourage you all to take a look at that over the next few days. If you have questions concerning anything or need, again, additional information, please reach out to your BP team representative. We're more than happy to set a call to walk through that, so you'll have more information when you go into your actual selection call. So we're here to help you. Our number one priority is to make sure that ILTACON is successful for you. So anything that we can do along the way, just let us know. But again, we'll be available for calls over the next, well, at any point really, but even up through the lottery. Take a look again at the prospectus and reach out, and we're happy to work with you on a plan of action as it relates to ILTACON. Thank you.
Thanks, Tyler. Moving along to our primary receptions that we'll be hosting. So, we are doing a Broadway to Broadway theme this year. We are excited about that. As an event planner, let me tell you how difficult it is to plan a Broadway themed conference in Nashville. It is challenging, but we are playing on the Broadway street theme, bringing a little theatrics to the table, and really spotlighting everybody at ILTACON. So Sunday, we will have our opening reception, which is our overture. We will be scattered throughout the entire Delta Foyer space. I'm sorry, that Delta Island. It's so cool to look up over the escalators and just see everyone mingling and enjoying one another. That sponsorship opportunity for that Sunday night will include the lighted curtain as well for you. So you will be very highly showcased for that evening. Monday evening, we have our exhibit hall opening, which is Showstoppers of Legal Tech. So this is where you, our exhibitors, our business partners, officially take the stage. We are so excited to showcase you and some of these new changes that we're making, and we think our attendees are going to get really into it. This is an opportunity for you to add the theatrics. Come prepared with your best Broadway themed booth. Maybe you dress up in character for a specific cast. I don't know, but I do hope that I see at least one person painted solid green as Elphaba. And then lastly, on Thursday evening, we have our final curtain, A Night in the Spotlight. I've been preaching this, but I would really, really encourage you not to discount this Thursday evening reception. This is when our attendees are most relaxed, they're most open to conversation, they are letting loose, they're having fun. And to encourage that, we have a really fun band coming down. They will do some great performances, but we are also going to have live band karaoke. So this is another great opportunity to just help people loosen up. And hey, maybe you can come and give us your best Fiddler on the Roof or whatever your favorite musical is. In addition to these three main receptions, we will have our community receptions as well. That's going to be Women Who Lead, DEIC, international, et cetera. The list goes on. So those will be bundled again this year, just as they were last year. So another opportunity for you to just connect with attendees. Speaking of special events, we know that you all love to host special events that bring so much value to this conference. The entertainment options when people are at ILTACON is incredible, and that's thanks to you. So we do, of course, have our meeting and special event request process. And I just want to go through some of these dates and points to note for this process. So keep in mind that anything hosted at the Gaylord Opryland and Spa, including in any of those internal restaurants, must submit our special event request form, and those have to be approved by the ILTA events team. So everybody at the Opryland will redirect you, whether you're calling Old Hickory or Jack Daniels. They all know the drill, so you will get routed to us. We will begin applications for the space request on April 6th. That form will be distributed likely with your booth lottery call. And we will take those and do a mass assignment. And that assignment will be based on booth lottery until May 4th. After May 4th, any forms that come in will be taken on a first come, first serve basis. So very important that you get that form in before May 4th, because after that date, booth lottery order kind of goes out the window. We will notify you of what space you've been approved to have on May 4th. And then we will have 1 week turnaround before the hotel partners will begin reaching out to each of you to plan your special events. Now, I want to pause on this for just a second because this is actually going to encompass not just special events, whether it's a big party or a private dining room. You will also start to hear from the Gaylord team regarding your demo room, regarding food and beverage orders for your booth, and your hospitality suites. So the Gaylord is assembling a very mighty team. We will have several of their catering managers supporting all of us. We have prepped them thoroughly for what they can expect. And they will reach out to you, your assigned contact. You will meet them May 13th that week. Deadline to complete, June 26th. Of course, we're going to make exceptions where we can, but I encourage you to get that done sooner than later. After that June 26th date, space starts to become very compressed, and we just don't have the time that we would love to have while you're planning these events. Keep in mind that this form does constitute agreement to the attached events hosting guidelines. Please review those. And lastly, there are several times where we ask you to not host events. First being obviously our opening reception and during orientation from 4:30 to 9 on Sunday. We really want our attendees to come enjoy that, our new attendees to go to orientation. On Monday, we have a keynote from 8:30 to 11, and then, of course, our exhibit hall opening reception. Wednesday, we have a keynote and a 9/11 tribute. Please do not book anything over that. And then Thursday for our keynote, and then annual member luncheon that afternoon. So outside of those times, pretty fair game. Again, we will get it approved on our end. This is really just to protect each of you. We don't want anybody suitcasing and coming and diminishing the partnership that you have with us. I want to pause just for a second. I see some questions in the chat. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, great. Awesome. Moving right along then. Oh, to housing. So I know this is probably on everybody's mind. I want to start by saying that we have 1,000 more rooms at the Opryland this year than we did at National Harbor last year. So while we do have some overflow options, it's really only about 300 rooms that will be off of the Gaylord property. So we have much more availability. Chances are we're going to be able to accommodate the majority of your additional blocks. However, that's going to depend on you getting your additional badges purchased and your invoice paid. So to get started, we will follow the same format. If you're ILTA Max, you will have 16 rooms, Titanium 12, Platinum 8, Gold 6, Silver 4. With your booth lottery call, if as long as you're after the 15th, if you're before the 15th, you'll get your link on the 15th. But after your booth lottery call, you will receive a custom link. That's where you can start to book those rooms. And those blocks will be held for you until June 5th. So that initial allocation that we give you, we will hold on to that until June 5th. After that day, any unused inventory in your allocation is going to be released back to ILTA members and other business partners who are wanting to secure additional rooms. There are no penalties for rooms left unused. So if you're ILTA Max and you only need 3 rooms, no big deal. Please give us a heads up. But if you don't use 13 of those rooms, that's fine. However, if you book a room and then the next day cancel it, there will be a $50 cancellation fee issued to the card on file. So keep that in mind. It's kind of a balance, but yeah, we just want to make sure that the rooms we're holding will actually be used. If you do purchase additional badges, you are eligible to request additional rooms at the Gaylord Opryland or surrounding hotels if you'd like to look at one of those. We will have a housing block request form in our housing portal that you will be able to complete. This year, we have some additional staff supporting this effort. I know last year with the 11 hotels, it was overwhelming. So we're prepared, and with less hotel properties to juggle, we're really excited to service you and make sure that your housing is a seamless process. Just looking at the chat, no questions for housing. That is all I have. Thank you so much for your time. Courtney, Tyler, Ashley, Sharon, Jan, anything to add?
I think we're all good here. Does anybody have any questions?
Do they have to wait until after June 6th to get extra rooms?
Great question. You do not. As soon as your additional badges are purchased and paid for, you will be eligible to book those additional rooms. Any other questions?
We have a question about the booths. Can you pull up the exhibit hall floor plan one more time?
Sure.
Can you scroll in just a little bit? Is it possible, or is it, I don't know if that's possible on this screen.
Let me look. I cannot, but no, let's see.
Okay, so let me see if I can draw on this. So when we are looking at creating, the question is about if you want to create like a 10 by 20 or a 20 by 20. You can combine any two booths that are next to each other. I don't think I can draw.
I can do this. Hold on. Let's do this. Sorry.
We will be posting the floor plan to the ILTACON website. We'll get that posted by end of day. We'll send some information following this call about your tiers and everything like that, and we'll also make sure that you have all the necessary links and prospectuses as well.
I'm almost there. I
Sounds
know
great.
exactly what you're trying to do, Ashley. Okay, here we go.
Hotel blocks will open on April 14th as well.
Okay. So if we're looking at any of our booths and you want to create a 10 by 20, you can go ahead and merge, like she's showing there, those two ones that are vertical. So anything like that, you can create a 10 by 20. If you're looking to create a 20 by 20, you could do those four that we have up there. We are able to break up some of those other ones that have three booths in a row. We can just crop out two of those back booths right there. Um, and then when we're talking about no end caps, that means we can't, yep, as Jessica's showing, we can't do it at the end there. So everything has to be vertical, not horizontal. But if you go by 20 by 20, you're able to book four blocks, four 10 by 10s together in any manner. And then if it's in this one right here, we just remove those back too. So you'd create an island.
Mm, I'm messing it up.
As far as the cost for a 10 by 20, it depends upon what tier you're at. For the additional booth space, all silvers only have a 10 by 10. There is no eligibility to increase to a 10 by 20. Gold, you can increase to a 10 by 20 for an additional 10,000. Platinum and titanium come with a 10 by 20, and Ultimaxes come with a 20 by 20. For an Ultimax upgrade to a 20 by 40, Tyler, what's the math on that? 30K?
Yes. I had to get my abacus out.
For turnkey booths, in the GES espresso kit, they do have a lot of options, and they can actually handle the build for you. So when that service kit becomes available in May, you can certainly purchase a booth build out through them.
Regarding reading that anywhere, I'm gonna guess that it's regarding the booth size. We do have a booth. We follow IEEE or IEA IAEE regulations, so we do have that document available for you to review.
For the capacity numbers for the spaces, those are going to vary. The smallest, I believe, is 100, and the largest, I believe, is like 1,500. So we have a variety of rooms in between those numbers too to best fit your needs. Ashley, do we have a size price per booth, like a little one pager anywhere that Jacqueline could read the package sizes by price and booth size?
We do not, but I can follow up with her.
Wonderful.
Would also encourage people, the floor plan, the interactive floor plan that Jessica just showed, you'll have access to that throughout the entire process. So as we go through the selection calls, based on people's space selections, as a lot of folks know, that floor gets carved up and reconfigured almost, well, on a daily basis. So it's best just to, to check in every once in a while, definitely before, right before your call. That way you'll have a better idea of what space is available.
100%. And pricing for the meeting rooms will be included in the prospectus. I'm assuming you're talking about the demo rooms. Those vary in price. Okay. Any other questions? Are there less demo rooms with Ryman Studios this year? Um, no, we actually have more demo rooms than we had in 2025. Um, Very excited about that. What's the difference between a demo room and a hospitality suite? Great question. So, a demo room is going to be in the meeting space. It's going to be very centrally located to the rest of the events going on. You can certainly title your demo room a hospitality suite if you want to do that, if that's the angle you're going for. Just make sure that we have that listed accordingly. We will have a listing of demo rooms in the mobile app. So if you want us to flag that as a hospitality type thing, perfect. But hospitality suites, in our sense, are going to be the suites that are available throughout the hotel. So these rooms will include a bedroom and a parlor area that's very ideal for entertaining. You can order food and beverage up there, although it is a limited menu. You can't get freight to the hospitality suites, right? The internet bandwidth is going to be a little bit lower in those rooms. So if you're doing business, if you're demoing, we would encourage you to go with a demo room on the meeting floors, on the meeting space floors. Hospitality, think of that more as entertaining. On that note, keep in mind that the Gaylord Opryland does not require keys to get up and downstairs. However, we cannot publicize the hospitality suite room number prior to arrival. I know that that's difficult. You want to be able to advertise what room number you are going to be in. However, with hundreds of suites on site, there is the opportunity for one of those to get moved. It doesn't always happen, but we just want to prevent that so we don't share that information ahead of time. Now, if you do purchase a presidential, different story. There's only a couple of those. We can get that room assigned, but the hospitality suites on the guest room floors, we will not be able to share that room number ahead of time.
You also can find on page 5 of the prospectus, you'll see the demo rooms listed there. The good news is we have 73, which is, I think, is a record number for us, which is
It
good.
is.
I also want to point out in the prospectus, we've added the times in which you can actually get into the demo room and when you'll have to depart. That's a very common question that we get. So I would pay attention to those times. That way you can plan accordingly.
Absolutely. Kaylee, were you referring to bump in and bump out for the demo rooms or for the exhibit hall? I'll just tell you both. Exhibit hall, we start that, gosh, what is that, Sunday at noon?
Yeah, noon to
Yeah,
5.
yeah, noon to 5 on Sunday, and then like 9 to 4 on Monday for the exhibit halls. The demo rooms do vary. Some of them have availability not starting until 5 p.m. on Sunday. The others, I think the earliest one is open at 12 p.m. on Sunday. And then everything loads out at 12 p.m. on Thursday.
And Pam, to answer your question, Opryland changed some of the room names. So we still have the same one. So Ryman G is now Ryman Studio 4.
The FedEx kiosk. So GES is our show floor manager, Emily. They will take care of all of your inbound and outbound shipping needs. We have a portal where you will have to actually get their shipping labels. This is an imperative that everyone sends their shipments for all of their demo needs and booth needs to the GES warehouse using that label. Otherwise, there is a high probability your package will either A, get lost, or B, you will be charged double labor getting those packages delivered to you. And then how soon can we start purchasing the add-ons? Those will be done with the booth space, the booth lottery call. Anything else? Bueller? All right. Well, thank you everyone for your time. This was recorded. We will get the recording and the slide deck up on the informational webinars drop down from the website. Thanks again for your time. We're looking forward to a wonderful ILTACON 2026.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.